this. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is the third and concluding and final part of my makeup and chit chat girl talk series about when the relationship gets toxic. The first part was about Derek Jackson and his wife Danae and the whole cheating scandal. The second part was about Quavo and Saweetie's public breakup, and then this is going to be the final part where I'll be talking about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and their interview with Oprah. So without talking too much, let's just get right into it. If you're interested in watching the other two videos, I'm going to be linking them in the description box so you can check them out.
So the last couple, but not the least, is Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. So you guys, if you're aware, they actually did an interview. Okay, let me just give a brief backstory for those who may not know. Prince Harry is actually British royalty. He's, I think, the 5th in line for the throne, 5th or 6th. Please correct me if I'm mistaken. And then he got married to Meghan Markle a couple of years back, and their wedding actually shook the internet because Meghan Markle is biracial. Her mom is black while her dad is white, and I think she's the first biracial to be ever married into that British monarchy. And black people were so happy about it because if you guys know anything about the British monarchy, they actually were the people that started the whole slavery and colonialism and all that stuff. So their institution is basically built on racism and stuff like that. So it was kind of unusual to see one of them marry someone that had some black in her. Okay, so ever since the marriage, I think she has experienced some form of discrimination that people used to like to use the R word, racism, to describe. You know, like the media, the British media has been so hard on her, and because she and her husband had a sit down interview with Oprah like over a month ago, guys, and then she talked about all the challenges they experienced while they were living in Buckingham Palace. I think that's what it's called, because at some point they actually stepped down from their royal duties and they moved out. Like they left, they came, I think they are living in America currently, so they basically stepped down from their role as royals. Okay, you guys, this is lip gloss that I'm using, the Queen lip gloss Royalty. This is the shade Royalty. This is by Auntie Fumi Desaluvo. Shout out to Auntie Fumi, I love that woman. You guys go check out her channel, okay? So now during this interview, a lot of things came to light about their experience while they were there and why they had to leave. And some of us were shocked. I guess some people were not as shocked, but you know, it was a lot of talk from mental health to her actually considering taking her own life, to a bit of racism, because I think she said at some point a member of the family, which they did not reveal the person's name, was talking about what skin color their baby could be, because I mean Meghan Markle is half black, half white, and then they were wondering how dark the baby's skin would be because of the mother's black genes. And I'm like, really? The woman is half black, the father is full white. How black would the baby's skin be? Like, really? Like, how do we attach so much importance to color? But anyways, this discussion is not even focused on racism or whatever. We're talking about the lessons we can learn, Abby, as regards girl talk and relationships and stuff. So let me just talk about it briefly. I'm going to set my face now. This is I'm using my MAC Prep and Prime. Ooh, okay. Baby, it's the skin for me. It's the skin for me. I'm addicted to TikTok, you guys. I'm actually done with the makeup at this point, so let me just talk about the Meghan Markle one briefly before I end the video. So now, the things that I learned from the Meghan Markle situation, I have them written here. The first one is loving yourself enough to make difficult decisions. Loving yourself enough to make difficult decisions. Now, Prince Harry was born into royalty, and I think he had to make a very brave decision to leave at the point where he found out that that was probably what was best for him and his family. So sometimes we need to learn where our environment is no longer healthy for us, where it threatens our safety, where it threatens our mental health, where it threatens our growth and our ability to thrive, and be able to detach ourselves. It could be from toxic family members, it could be from a toxic job that you hate, it could be from a bad relationship, friendship, like whatever the situation is, don't be afraid to make that move that you know eventually is going to benefit you. So I think he made that difficult decision because he was born into royalty. That's all he knows. So for him to actually make that decision, I mean, they were not even giving security. And you know what it is for a royalty not to be given security? If you guys know the story of Princess Diana, you will know how she was always being harassed by paparazzi and everything after her divorce from Prince Charles. I think that's his name. So you guys, that was a brave move, and he did it because he had to. So that is the number one thing that I learned from there. The second thing is mental health. You guys, let us not underrate the importance of mental health. As black people, as Nigerians specifically, let's people Nigeria, but I know it's a general black people thing, we tend to always underlook mental health. You know, people tell you they are going through stuff, people are depressed, even though they get up and they show up, they are smiling, they show up to wherever they need to be, they get things done. It doesn't mean that they don't have things they are battling. So mental health is very important, because Meghan Markle talked about being so depressed to the point where she actually started to contemplate taking her own life. And this was also something that Princess Diana had experienced during her time. So mental health is very important. Please do all you can. If you need to go to therapy, if you need to cut off people from your life, if you need to take a break from everything, do whatever you need to do to make sure that you're okay here and here. Okay, then the next thing is unsupportive family members or friends or people in your life, especially when it comes to when you're in love and then people around you don't support that love, or they just don't like that person. Now, I'm not saying that people around you have no say or that you should totally disregard them. I'm just saying you need to know their reasons for them not wanting you to be with such a person, or for them not liking such a person. Because usually when we are in love, we tend to not listen to anything. We tend to just see that person as perfect. So it pays to have people that can objectively look and be like, okay, this person is probably not good for you. But at some point where you actually listen to these people and you see that their reasons are not concrete, my darling, not everybody's going to like who you fall in love with or who you pick as a life partner. But if that person is good for your life and good for your soul, and then whatever reasons these family members or friends that don't support that relationship have, if it's not tangible enough, I really don't think it should keep you away from being with who you want to be with. As long as that person is good for you, as long as that person is not toxic. Okay, I'm not saying you should disregard your family or whatever. I'm just saying learn to decipher when you have to, you know, do what your heart tells you, and when you have to listen to people. That's just what I'm saying. Another thing is, people are coming out to say Meghan is narcissistic, that she's manipulative, she's controlling Prince Harry, she made him give up his royalty status, this and that and that. And I'm thinking, like, let me tell you something. If there's anything that being in love does to a person, it's like it amplifies the inner you. It makes you strong enough to do things that you never thought you could do. Things that you probably always wanted to do, you had the tendency to do, but you didn't have the strength to do. Being in love makes you stronger. Being loved right makes you stronger. Now, I don't know what their relationship is. I can't say, oh, he 100% loves her, she's his soulmate, da da da. But all I'm saying is, Harry has always been a rebel, you know, so him being in Meghan and finding that compatibility and finding that companionship in her probably gave him the courage to do something that he probably always wanted to do. Okay, he didn't carry the royalty thing on his head. I think his elder brother was more on that part. He was more of a free-spirited person. So Meghan Markle too was kind of like that person. So, you know, I felt like when they came together, it made him just especially when they found out that, you know, probably being the whole royal status and the lifestyle that came with it was not very good for them. It gave him the courage to actually leave and then move, just so that they can have the kind of life that they want to live. So them saying that the woman made him do it, I think this happens a lot, especially over here in Africa. Maybe a man is already a certain way, and then when he marries, they'll begin to say, he doesn't do this anymore, it's because of his wife. He doesn't do that anymore, it's because of his girlfriend. And meanwhile, that's not really the case. Maybe you guys have really been a pain in this man's neck, and the moment he started building a family, he realized that, okay, I need to put my foot down and stand up for my family, or my focus needs to change from my extended family to my actual wife and kids right now. And then they begin to speculate, and then they begin to blame the wife for every decision he takes that they feel doesn't favor them. I feel like that is a very evil thing to do. Yes, evil. It is wicked. Allow them be. Do not try to victimize this woman. I feel like, provided they're happy, if you feel like, oh, she's controlling him or whatever, is it really your business? There's a reason the Bible says the man is going to leave his family and join to his wife. They know what is good for them. What if the man even likes to be dominated by the woman? What if the man likes to be controlled? Of which I don't think any man is completely like that. Men are men. Even if you're dating a younger man, he still wants to put his foot down. So of course women can have an influence over a man, but I feel like if they are living peacefully and the man allows that to happen, and it's not toxic to the point where maybe he's making terrible decisions or terrible moves because of that woman, I think you should just let them be. Okay, just let them be. Sometimes people even need to make mistakes in life and then realize their mistakes themselves and correct it. So that's just what I'm going to say. I don't know if Meghan is manipulating him or whatever. I'm just going to say, like, people that are speaking from the outside don't know what's going on inside. So it's not safe for us to be saying she's manipulating him or she's controlling him or whatever. I think it's totally wrong and unfair. Last thing that I want to say about the Meghan and Markle, I think the last thing that I want to say about the Prince Harry and Meghan Markle situation is generational cycles, generational curses. I don't know if I'll use the word curse because it's kind of strong, but I'm African, I'm black, so I believe in that. But generational cycles. Now, if you know the story of Princess Diana, I kind of like read up on Princess Diana's story, like more like watched videos. I'm not really a reading person, I'm sorry, but yeah, I watched videos about Princess Diana's story, and I realized that she didn't have a happy marriage with her husband, and then at some point they got a divorce. She started living on her own, and then when she was no longer royalty anymore because they stripped her of her title, she was left to go out into the world, no protection. Paparazzi hounded her eventually until she, passed on. So there was a cycle, being that she was not totally accepted by the family because her husband didn't love her, and somehow she just had to be there as a figurehead, as a wife. She had to do her royal duties just for the sake of, okay, you're the wife. She wasn't loved by her husband. It wasn't a functional marriage. So she wasn't totally accepted by her husband and his family because of all of this. And then she got pushed out. She developed mental health issues because at some point she was struggling with bulimia, and bulimia is like when you eat and then you have to like stick your hand in and throw up the food, and they didn't really pay a lot of attention to her because of that. I don't know, maybe because then people were not very aware of mental health or whatever, or maybe they just really didn't care that much. She battled that, and eventually she got a divorce and she was free to live her life. But even though she was free to live her life, she really did not enjoy that lifestyle because of the paparazzi, and she didn't even live long. I think she died the next year after her divorce or thereabout. I don't know if I'm wrong, I will cross check. But anyways, there's a generational cycle here, which is what I think triggered Prince Harry to want to leave Buckingham Palace and try to just move out to America and live with his wife and his children, because he probably noticed that, okay, this royal life, my wife is not fully accepted because of her being biracial, and then it's giving her mental health issues, and then we have to leave so that we can actually live and function happily as a couple and as human beings and just be happy and be functional. So that's a similarity between her situation, that's Meghan Markle and Princess Diana. So I think it is always important for us when we are passing through stuff to actually sit down and ask ourselves, is this a cycle? Is this something that is common in your family or whatever it is you find yourself? Is it a pattern that repeats itself? It could be physical, it could be spiritual. It could be physical, being that maybe you guys, maybe because of your culture or because of your background or whatever, you guys tend to make the same decisions in life that may not necessarily be the best. Or it could even be spiritual. It could be an actual generational curse, whatever it is. So when you're passing through some things, you need to sit down and ask yourself if it is a pattern that constantly has repeated itself over years, maybe with your ancestors or with your father, with your mother, with your aunties, with your uncles, with your brothers, with your sisters, so that you can find out what the root cause is and fix it. Either if it's a physical thing where you need to use your brain, use your common sense and know the best way to avoid, so that what has happened in the past does not repeat itself. Or if it is spiritual, if it's something you need to pray yourself out of, you need to do that. So identifying generational cycles is very important. That's the point I'm trying to make, which I think that is what Prince Harry did, because he realized that I need to live to protect myself and my family, and that was what he did, and I commend them for doing that. So you guys, this is the end of this video. I hope you guys like the makeup look, and I hope you guys like the discussions that we had. I'm not an expert or anything. I actually didn't know I could do this, like using people as a case study, and I really hope that everything that I said makes sense. If you agree with what I said, or if you have even any opposing opinion, please let us know in the comment section. If you have anything to add, please let us have a discussion in the comment section. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share. It always helps me when you guys do that. That way YouTube recommends my videos to more people. Please subscribe if you have not. Don't leave without subscribing, I beg you. Turn on your notifications notification. I hope YouTube still notifies people, but if YouTube doesn't notify you, please be sure to check my channel every Tuesdays and Thursdays. I drop videos on either days or both days of the week, depending on how productive my week is. And yeah, I want to read from you guys in the comment section. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the makeup look. So I'll see you guys in my next video, guys. Bye.